Howdy YouTube. So I kind of started with an intro in the clips that I just made for this video, but then after I finished recording the video, I kind of realized that I should probably add this as the intro. I have not been doing videos that often, one because I've been slammed with a bunch of projects to get done around the farm. Building a farm from scratch takes a ton of time, ton of money, ton of energy, and all of my focus. So that's a big reason why I haven't been making videos. But a bigger reason is the I don't even know what to call it. It's 100% stress, 100% anxiety, and honestly, like, as weak as it makes me feel admitting to this, it's like PTSD from past trauma. I hate using those terms, but that's the reality. It's extremely sad, super hard for me to talk about. Anyways, I have somebody who has been stalking me for years now, and they have gone to the extent of showing up in states I've moved to. They create dozens of social media accounts and message me and comment, and no matter what I say or do, they don't respect boundaries at all. It's gotten to the point where I've brought it to legal attention and have reached out to the authorities in both states, the one I live in and the one they live in, and it's bad, it's unhealthy, and I've reached out to her and her husband, and she doesn't want to stop. So I'm putting this out there now as a warning to her that it needs to stop, and to inform you all why I really don't enjoy doing this social media stuff, for a much deeper and bigger reason than just having a lot to do as it is. So like I said, every time I make a video, stuff happens. Messages get sent, and my friends get texts about me. Other people send me messages on her behalf. It needs to end. Anyways, that all aside, we can jump into the video. I really pray that this all ends. I can't keep doing it. So for everybody else that actually does care about me and doesn't want to inflict trauma like this person seems to like doing, pray for me and pray for that person. She really needs it desperately. Her and her husband and the rest of the family, they could all use your prayers. We all could use your prayers. It's a mess. So now that you all know, you know how you can be praying for me, at least in that sense. So let's jump into the video. I'll just let it start from the original intro. So anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate you. What's up, YouTube? So it's been a minute, as always. I survived the last two hurricanes, Helene and Milton, whatever it was, I don't even know. It's a storm. They both were pretty bad, really bad here, but not at the farm, thank God. Let me set this down. Luckily there really wasn't any damage. That looks so nice. I wonder if I should, like, can I take a picture of that? No, I don't really know what I'm doing. Just gonna use that as the thumbnail. Anyways, the storm wasn't that bad. Neither one of them were that bad at the farm. The first one sent a lot of rain, a ton of rain. The second one sent a decent amount of rain. The rain was really the worst of the storm. The wind was pretty bad, but like I didn't really have many branches to pick up. Granted, there's not really many trees on the farm, but all three of the neighbors have trees that are overhanging the fence, and really nothing broke. But like I said, the rain was the worst part because it washed tons of nutrients out of the soil. That's been the struggle this year. The compost I'm using is already low in nitrogen. I knew I was going to have to be amending like crazy to kind of balance things out. And I did put 4 inches of compost down. So just trying to play catch up with that. In order to do that, before I take you through the garden to give you that update, yesterday, this is the well house. Let me spin the camera around. Okay, so this is the well house. It's normally a little messier than this just because I'm in and out of here all the time, but yesterday I cleaned it up. You're welcome. It's not chaos to look at. So anyways, here's the well, pressure tank, water filtration system for the house. But this is what my farm irrigation looks like. So water comes up from the well, comes out here, goes into the pressure tank, Willow move, then comes down here and goes to everything for the house. T's up here, this is all farm irrigation in blue, house and the rest of the property is red. So it goes up, goes under this line, which goes to the tank. That's the main shutoff for the whole farm. Then it goes this way, tees around here and into my irrigation system with the whole manifold over there. But then yesterday I just set this up. It's a fertigation system. So normally I'd have a bucket sitting right here that this hose would go into with compost tea that would be brewing. I'll do a 5-gallon bucket per zone. So that's one 5-gallon bucket would do, let's see, it would take 30 gallons of compost tea to do my entire garden. So anyways, I would shut that valve off when I want to run it. Turn it this way, turn these ones so they're open. The water would then go from here up into here, get pressurized when that reducer goes through, which causes suction, sucks the compost tea up the hose into here. There's a particle filter just in case because it is compost tea. Then it goes out here and then into the manifold, which then directs it underground. This is all new, you haven't seen that. And then runs it out into the market garden, which looks so good right now when the sun's coming up. Anyways, I ran it yesterday for the first time. I set it up yesterday. So I fertilized and amended or inoculated this zone, which is zone 1, and then zone 4, which is directly across the weed mat from it. These are the only 2 zones that really have crop in them right now. So it's about a third of the garden got covered in compost tea, 10 gallons worth of compost tea, concentrated. It was about 8 minutes, and then I let the irrigation run for another 4 minutes after it sucks it all up out of the bucket. Then it'll clean that line out and clean out the solenoids, which really shouldn't have much because of that particle filter. But anyways, that's that. I moved all of my nursery benches. I'm excited about that. This looks so much better and it's so much more efficient than having them all the way down the center of the garden. The center is just going to be for nursery stock now. I do have 1 extra bench down there just because I couldn't fit it over here, so I got to find a spot for it. But anyways, I still have to organize all my seed trays just because they are on the same benches they were on when they were all the way down the line. But I got to consolidate so I'm not walking all the way down here to water. A couple trays on each bench. We potted up. Some friends came over this last weekend And we potted up a ton of mulberries. Some of these got burned because I let them dry out yesterday. But a lot of them are getting tricked. Not bad for being in a pot. Basils that need to be potted up desperately. I got my carport set up. That's where my coffee went. Right next to Shadow's food that I was taking out to him before I decided to make a video. Carport set up. I'm gonna replace this metal. It was an $800 carport off of Amazon. I was like, this is a really decent deal. It's 12 by 20. It's perfect size for a wash station and seed starting area. I don't really know if in the last video I had this done, but sorry, I got tools everywhere right now. Still straps up from when the hurricane came through. Took some of the straps on yesterday, but not sure if I talked about my wash station in the last video. I know I did some clips on my stories on Instagram, but anyways, even if I did, you can hear me again. My wash station is going right here, and this is the lowest part on the property, so I really have nowhere to drain water because that goes uphill, uphill, uphill into the garden. So I buried a 55-gallon barrel and filled it with a foot of gravel in the bottom and then a bunch of cinder block just to help weigh it down. Drilled a ton of holes in it, poured gravel around the whole barrel, and then put the lid back on, and Willow approves. So my wash bins are gonna go right here. There's probably gonna be 2 of them, and then I'll have like a countertop over here to do like my packaging and stuff, weighing out produce, whatever. But this will be where it's washed. I'm gonna have water coming up, probably 2 hoses coming down right here so I can spray stuff off. Anyways, it'll all drain into this. And that'll be able to go at past a foot deep. You get past that organic matter layer in the soil, and then it's just coarse sand because it's Florida and we live on a beach. So it drains really well once you get past that foot. So won't have any water issues over here. Like I said, irrigation's run. This whole side is going to be for potting stuff up. Gosh, it looks so nice. More seed starting, or seed benches. Still got to cut these off. I hit my knee on them all the time. But they're there. Some stuff that blew around yesterday in the wind. Bunch of plants. This is all stuff I propagated. Asparagus is doing good. I gotta, it doesn't die in the summer and it doesn't die in the winter. It grows even more. So once a year I'll come through and clean out all of these old ferns, and that'll stimulate it to send up new asparagus. So a second growth. It really hasn't stopped growing all year. So anyways, I'm gonna clean that up this week. Carrots, doing good. My roselle hedge back there, it's doing really good. The first storm, Helene, blew it all this way, and then Milton or whatever blew it that way. So that poor stuff took a beating. For like the last week after the last storm, it just stayed wilted because you figure once it's blown that way, it snaps all the roots on this side. And once it's blown this way, it snaps all the roots on that side, or vice versa. But it's recovered. There's a lot of calyxes over there. I can take you over there maybe in a minute. But I gotta start picking that stuff and doing stuff with it. Moved a lot of nursery stock over here. This is all mulberry. There's 2 varieties. This is Tice, and then not World's Best. I hate that one. Thai Dwarf. So this is Thai Dwarf. These are old Thai Dwarfs that I started in the spring. That's all Tice. Some lemongrass and other stuff. I'm not really going to go down the garden and show you all the different crops, but I've been picking a ton of cucumbers out. I've got like buckets of cucumbers. I already made a big batch of pickles. Not really a fan of how they turned out. I changed my recipe on the brine, and I don't really know. I don't like it. But anyways, lots of loquats that I started from seed a year ago. There's a random pineapple. That was just the top from one we ate. These are Turk's Cap hibiscus. There's one blooming. Turk's cap, chaya, elderberry, moringa, some random bananas, a couple soap tree. These are all loquats that I grafted. You can still see some of the tape on there. There's one of my graft unions. These are starfruit trees. They dried out yesterday because I had them sitting in the garden next to that asparagus, and they sent roots down. When I moved them, I had to clip the roots that went through the pot. Those are starfruits from seed. Gonna graft those in the spring. More loquats weren't grafted. Bunch of different grapes. Rosemary I propagated. Empty space for now. I've gotten over a third of the garden planted so far. Some stuff I just seeded the other day. So this whole side is all direct seeded crops, and then this is all transplant. But it's coming along. I'm a little behind on getting stuff tarped, so this tarp's actually getting moved today, or probably tomorrow, honestly. I got to weed whack this cover crop down again. It gets hit 3 times with a weed whacker. It grew to 8 feet tall. Then I cut it down to waist height, and then it got cut one more time to the ground, and then it starts to regrow by the time I need to tarp it. But when it gets like this, it's perfect because it allows that big bulky stuff to get softer. And so in the heat of the day, when this is all nice and crunchy and not wet and stringy, I'll bring the string trimmer through, and I will, with a heavy line, and I'll weed whack it one more time, and that makes it super fine, like chopped straw. And then I put the tarp on it just to make sure that the root is dead and that any weeds are dead. I can pull this tarp and just look at it. But it's nice and fine now. Easy to plant into. Makes good mulch. But like I said, that's gonna get done in a day or two probably. It's been kind of cool out, so I kind of want to heat up for another day or two at least. But anyways, I'll show you the shipping container real quick. The rest of the farm's not much different. Before I go to the shipping container, I'll take you to the sheep. Okay, this is the part that I really hate doing YouTube videos. I just talked for 5 minutes and then realized I didn't even hit record. Or maybe I think I hit it, but then I hit it and turned it off right after. I had like a 1-second clip. I need more coffee. I don't normally drink coffee, so I'm surprised the camera's not all shaky. I don't even remember what I talked about. I'm getting 8 more sheep. Here's the sheep that I have. I think I was talking about my ram over here. He's a little young dude, and he has always just been smaller. He's not growing as fast as I want him to. He's got small genetics, honestly, and I don't really want that long term. So these new ones that are coming in are really nice, high quality, purebred Katahdins. Got a new ram coming and 4 ewes, and a young ram that I'm going to castrate, turn him into a wether. He'll be grown out for a customer in February. But I'm excited about these new sheep. Oh, the fence. Having to talk about everything all over again. I got my pasture fence finished for the most part. I still need to tack up some wire on some of the H braces. But I did 5 strands of barb. Anyways, bye sheep. Y'all did good again. Everybody's happy, healthy, eating. They're all fat. Anyways, my fence. Ouch. Okay, well, you can't be right there. I did every 6 inches all the way up. So they're, what? Let's see. It's about 1 foot, 2, almost 3 feet tall. 6 inches off the ground. I did a strand of barb. Another strand of barb 6 inches above it. 6 inches above that, I put a, you are getting me soaking wet. Stop. Strand of electric some insulators on the post, barb, and electric at the top. This is a little above waist height. I mean, I guess I'm not the tallest, but anyways, that's where that is. This bottom electric line, the third strand up, that's at grazing height. So when the sheep are grazing, the top of their head, about right here, would bump into that, or if they look up and their necks are parallel with the ground, which is a pretty common posture for them. That's like at the perfect height. It's like 1.5 feet, 20 inches off the ground, roughly. So they'll get shocked good, and it only takes 1 or 2 times per sheep. And then the barbed wire is literally just a visual. If they bump into it, they get poked. I've bumped into it, and I don't have thick skin or wool to protect me like they do, so they'll be fine. But anyways, just need to finish tacking barb up, and actually I got the electric done over there. This is what I did to go under my gates. I'm gonna put two metal farm gates here and a small one over on the other end. There's gonna be a 12-footer here and 2 10-foots here. I wanted a big entrance on this side, but this isn't on, but it goes up across both ways down to here, runs underground with the poly-coated wire, 8 inches underground across both gates. I'm gonna run, where'll it go? I'll probably tie the electric fence in and run it underground with that poly-coated wire over to this fence, eventually running electric around the top of the entire perimeter of the property, and then running it all the way back to my shipping container. That's where I'm going to keep my electric fence charger. I was going to do it in the well, but then I was thinking it's like bad idea, because the electric fences just act as like a big, basically an antenna asking to be struck by lightning, and I don't want to risk any damage to the well. So it's getting run along this fence into the shipping container. It'll have a surge protector on it, and then it'll be a little more protected. But I think I'm definitely going to do 3 8-foot ground rods pounded all the way into the ground, space them about 10 feet apart, run them down the outside of the shipping container, like a couple feet off the container, where I'm going to be doing some landscaping. So it's a mess right now, but this whole front of the container is going to be landscaped. I'm going to have palm, like areca, or I think it's areca palms or whatever. Have them all the way down the front with deep mulch, and that'll be irrigated. So I'll have my ground rods pounded in right there. So I don't know what that was. I'll have the ground rods pounded in the landscaping where it's getting irrigated, so the ground's always going to stay wet, which will have good contact for the ground rods. That's the problem in Florida with all the sand. It dries out really fast, and so you don't get good grounds. So ground rods will be here, charger will be inside, run down the fence to the pasture. Enough about that. Here is my walk-in cooler that hoping to finish this week. Excuse the mess everywhere. Still need to organize stuff. It was worse a week ago. The other day, was it yesterday? I don't remember. I got the exterior paneling up. With my outside wall, still got to frame out the door, get this door hung. Here's the inside of the walk-in. It's been cold, so these 2 panels fell down the other day. Just haven't put them back up. They weren't glued, they were just wedged up there. But 4-inch foam board, really good, high quality insulation. It's freezer foam board. That's all the way around this entire thing. I had actual dimension lumber milled, so that's 2 by 4. 2 inches of foam under the floor with 1/2-inch plywood on top. 18,000 BTU window unit. Good old CoolBot. Works great after dealing with a return on the first one that I got that was destroyed. That headache is over with. There's light. I put a light on the outside, one, so I have light in this room at night if I need to get tools, and two, so I know when the light is on in the walk-in. This is on too, so I don't ever leave a light on. With walk-in coolers, that's pretty common. But I'm gonna put paneling in there soon. That's the project for tomorrow, and the next day is getting the paneling done. Today I'm gonna get that door hung. This is the paneling I'm using. I think it's RFP is what it's called, but it's, I don't know, 1/8 inch thick, pebbled, sided plastic paneling, whatever. The commercial kitchen side of the container. This door is filthy because it was laying on the ground for so long. Still gotta scrub it. This whole side, which is just storage for now. I've got some stainless steel tables coming. This wall is it's a 12-foot wall. This will have stainless steel tables going all the way down this side. And then on this back wall, I'll have a small AC unit up here just to keep this room at a relatively nice temperature to be working in. The sink over here, another stainless steel table. Might put a stove right here. That's actually another gas stove. So I might do that, put a vent system in here. Yeah, we'll see. Then this right here, all the way up to the ceiling and over, I want to make like a little office desk section, but then have shelves and cabinets and stuff, and cabinets below, with like the little office nook kind of thing in there. That'll all be for canned goods and pantry stuff and whatever. I'll have shelves up here, a shelf that goes above the door all the way across and around the AC unit just under it, and 2 chest freezers. So anyways, I'm excited about all this. It'll be fun. I'm gonna insulate this whole room with probably 2 inches of foam board. I don't know, maybe I'll do 1. I don't really know. But yeah, gotta run electric through all of this still, but it's exciting. I'm excited. I can't wait to have this set up. It's when I was making pickles the other day from all the stuff in the garden. I was like, I cannot wait to have all the tables set up, and a big sink to do all of that stuff when I start making my prepped salads again for market and salad dressings and all of that. It would be nice to just have a kitchen dedicated to it. But anyways, I'm gonna flip this camera around. So it's been nothing but hurdles and setbacks, because that's the reality of farming. We always expect things to go a certain way, but it never does. And then you're working with nature, so that's always just curveball after curveball. Like the rain and the nutrient loss and everything. It is what it is. But it's coming along slowly but surely. So anyways, till the next video, I guess. Yeah, the sun's getting bright. I need my coffee. Shadow needs his food. I'm gonna get back to work, and appreciate all of your guys' support. Like I say in all the videos lately, I really could not have done this without you guys. It's really coming along. The community here is so excited about everything that's going on at the farm. There's already been lots of groups that have come out and worked with me. But it's just, as soon as I have crops, then I'll really be able to impact the community, once the location downtown really gets set up and I don't have to just stay at the farm 24/7. I'll have a spot in town to talk and minister and feed the community what they really need. So I'm excited. It's just taking a little slower than expected. But God's got it covered. He hasn't stopped providing. It's been crazy but amazing. So I'll keep you posted as best as I can once things kind of settle down and like the walk-in's done. And I think that's really the last big project. After that, it'll be kind of maintaining and just like messing around, doing small projects here and there just to kind of tweak things a bit better. But anyways, I'll keep you posted. So God bless, happy gardening, and I will see you in the next video.